that dude just playing. Let me see what's up. What I'm sipping got me loose, fill it out. We can go all night long. A little bumpin', not talking about the iPhone. A little grind, girl, I know you down. Turn the frown around. 'Cause when I'm up in it, you'll be saying don't stop.
Woo!
We about to finish it.
I gotta let that ride. Oh, I gotta let that ride. What's going on, everybody? That's that new Bobby V. That's called Put It In. That's the jam.
Just talking to you got me saying.
Y'all better go to iTunes and download that. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Mack Lessons Radio Show. My name is Tariq Elite, also known as King Flex, ladies and gentlemen. Also known as Tariq Nasheed. I'm here, ready to spit that hot fire, ready to spit from the Survivor Scrolls. Oh, let me play this. That's K. Michelle. Sing it, girl, with that big ass. All right. Anyway, today's show is brought to you by Case Ultra. That's where you can get your gear on. Ancient hieroglyphs meshes with modern style. Go to caseultra.com. Get your t-shirt game on. I wear Case Ultra t-shirts all the time. I look fly. I feel fly. The ladies choose. The ladies cooperate. And the same thing can happen to you when you rock your Case Ultra gear. And today's show is brought to you by Hidden Colors 2. We got 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Hidden Colors 2 will be in theaters. Not nationwide, worldwide. It's going to be out there in the UK. For UK information, go to blackhistorystudies.com. There's going to be showings all over the UK of Hidden Colors 2 as well, all throughout December. But out here in the States, Los Angeles, New York, Houston, Chicago, Atlanta, Philly, DC, Detroit. December 6th, December 7th is the date. Spread the word. Take your family with you. Go to hiddenoolorsfilm.com. You can get advance tickets for many of these movie theaters. 3 more weeks, y'all, and we got a new clip of Hidden Colors 2. We got a 5-minute preview of Hidden Colors on YouTube. Type in Hidden Colors 2 Prison Warfare, and you guys can see 5 minutes of Hidden Colors 2. Real good information, man. You guys are going to love it, and people love the clip that I put up already. Let me put on some Mack music real quick. Hold on. Let me put on my Mack music. But the clip that I put up of Hidden Colors 2, people love that clip. And what's funny about the clip that I put up on YouTube today, that clip is the least controversial clip that I could find in the movie. That's the most mellow part of the movie I could find, and that one's hot as hell. That just goes to show you how hot the film is, people. And the reason why I wanted to choose the least controversial section to put up on YouTube is because I didn't want cats to come in, with the racist right-wing dudes coming in there with the whole trolling and posting a bunch of negative comments and giving the clip a negative rating and disliking it. And I didn't want to bring all that energy because I want to keep everything positive. So that's why I chose a very non-controversial clip to put up there on YouTube. Because again, when I do these movies, like when I did Hidden Colors 1 last year, right before it came out, there was a lot of little slick slandering coming out. And some of that's starting to happen now, and I ain't about to feed into that shit now. I've read a couple of real slanderous articles about me and about the film, and a couple of blogs that have said some real slick stuff about me. It's the same shit trying to happen from last year. Last year when Hidden Colors 1 came out, it was cats on message boards talking greasy, articles talking greasy about me, niggas on YouTube talking real greasy, literally trying to get people not to support the film. Yeah, and some of that shit I addressed last year. I ain't doing it this time. Because stuff like that just kind of deflects your energy. And I ain't giving none of that dumb shit energy. So some of these little articles that came out, I was going to address some of it, but I'm not. All that stuff about reverse racism and why is he doing the movie? He's the Mac dude. I'm not getting into all that shit. Not this time. We got a good momentum going. We're flowing. Everything is real fly. Everything is positive. But there is one blogger that I do want to address. One blogger, there was some blogger put out some shit about me a couple of days ago. kind of slanderizing me, and I'm going to get into that one. That one I will address. I do want to address that one, and the reason I want to address that one in particular is because I wanted to do today's show for women anyway. I wanted to drop some game for the ladies. And I was planning on doing that because a lot of women, they hit me up. They're like, we love you dropping game for the dudes, but we need you to drop more game for the women. We need you to have some game for women show. So today is a game for women show. And brothers, you can listen in too. You know that. So women, y'all really need to tune in heavy today with your ears and peep what I'm going to drop today. But I was going to do a game for women show anyway. And I stumbled across this blog of this girl, this female, and I shouldn't even be giving this girl publicity, but you know, what the hell. And again, I'm not, for people out there who are thinking, well, damn, if I need some publicity, let me make a video or let me write some shit about Tariq so he can mention my shit on his show. And I'm not going to do it, so don't even think about it. I'm reluctantly going to address this one blog because it ties into some real good points as far as what women need to know as far as getting game from dudes. Because I was having this conversation with some TV people I'm working with. I'm working with a production company, and we're going to put a TV show together for women. And we were having this same conversation. And now I can't go into the particulars about what the show is going to be about. Very good concept, though, because I have a confidentiality agreement. But we got a great concept for a television show, a national TV show that I'm going to be working on. And the topic we discussed in one of our meetings was about the importance of women getting game from dudes. So this woman's blog kind of touched on that, and I'll get on that later. I'll save that for later. But we're going to spit some of this hot fire. Before we get into that, let's talk about a few things that has been going on in the news. Now, on my Ustream show, I addressed a lot of people coming out with a lot of kind of racial hatred towards Barack Obama and just, you know, African American people. After our president Barack Obama was reelected, a lot of, you know, people came out on Twitter talking greasy, a lot of racist comments. A lot of students are getting suspended from schools. A lot of kids are being reported for being racist. And a lot of racist people are starting to get called out, and rightfully so. And some of these racist people are getting very bold. And if you notice, there is a lot of racial tension lately. And I'm not going to harp too much on it, but many of you probably saw the video of the one girl, this white girl in Sacramento. She was talking about the president, he's a nigger, he needs to be assassinated. And then the Secret Service had to holler at her dumb ass. And rightfully so. And this woman ended up getting fired from her job. And when they interviewed her, the news people went out and they interviewed this woman. She still had this real flippant, rebellious, snarly, bullshit ass attitude where she didn't regret what she said. And the news people were like trying to give her an out. Like, this is really how you feel? And I'm going to play the clip for those who have not heard it. It's very interesting. And then I'm going to play you another clip of this woman, the same woman, retracting her statements. Now, this is the original clip that you've probably seen on the internet somewhere.
I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal.
But the Secret Service does. The federal agency now aware of this Turlock woman because of her Facebook post following President Obama's reelection. Quote, another 4 years of this N-word. Maybe he'll get assassinated this term.
Damn.
He's done absolutely nothing for this country.
It's quickly made the rounds on Facebook, and while Denise Helms removed it from her wall, she's not about to apologize.
The assassination part is kind of harsh, and I'm not saying I would go do that or anything like that by any means, but if it was to happen, I don't think I would care one bit.
What?
Really, wouldn't bug you if someone assassinated the president?
Now, see, the news reporter's like, hey, come on now, really? I mean, I'm trying to give you an out.
Well, it's not something I would dwell on, no. It's not something I would be upset about, no.
The Secret Service is aware of Helms' comments. I spoke with the D.C. Bureau. They said all the threats are taken seriously. Investigations are conducted, but would not comment further on this case. For her part, Helms doesn't consider her words threatening.
Okay, but what did I do wrong? What are they gonna... That's fine if they want to. They're not, I don't understand what I did wrong.
Helms also went on to clarify that while she did use the N-word, she's not racist. She has many friends from many different nationalities.
Get the fuck... I hate when people do that. Y'all nigga this, nigga should be assassinated, nigga should die. But I got black friends. I'm not racist. Get the fuck out of here.
So you equate the president with the N-word?
Sure.
While Helms most likely will not get in trouble for this post, she could if the federal government perceives this as a real credible threat. Threatening the president is a Class D felony.
Okay, so that's the first clip. And what happened, this woman, big, fat, chubby ass, out of shape, honey boo boo looking broad, she worked at Cold Stones, the ice cream place, and they fired her. Rightfully so. Because the thing is, you got these fucking insane Nazi thinking ass people working around food, so you don't know what this person could do to somebody. A black person come in and they got this hatred, and you don't know what they'll do to their food. Now, the heat has been strong on this woman, and the woman has come out with basically an apology video, a half-ass apology. And listen to this.
We asked her about it again today, and she clarified. Are you a racist?
No, I'm not.
It sounds like you're a racist.
It does. And that's what everyone's been telling me. They're like, what you said sounded so racist. And it does, and I take it back. If I could erase what
the fuck you mean? You take it back? Well, really? You take it back because now everybody's getting in your ass, and now you probably can't get a job in your neighborhood. That's why you take it back.
It sounds like you're a racist.
It does. And that's what everyone's been telling me. They're like, what you said sounded so racist. And it does, and I take it back. If I could erase what I said, I would.
Helms says that since this has become public, she's faced threats, a number of calls to her at the ice cream store where
Okay, and this woman has been threatened, so now the heat is on her ass, and let me say this, all whites don't think like this, by the way. She makes other whites look bad, because most whites don't think fucked up like this. You know what I'm saying? So I have to preface that by saying that, and again, stuff like that, a lot of whites do try to distance themselves from people who think like this, because that makes everybody look bad. And the people around her, especially that job, they start getting the shrapnel from them being on that racist shit. So finish listening to this.
Helms says that since this has become public, she's faced threats, a number of calls to her at the ice cream store where she was working last night. In fact, she says it was she herself who reported it to the store's owner, that she was having those problems, and it was shortly after that she was released. A meeting now set between the NAACP and Cold Stone Creamery. We'll talk about this further.
Oh, now did y'all catch that last part? A meeting between them, the Cold Stones, and the NAACP. Do you know what that means? It's shakedown time. It's about to be shakedown time. I already know. I know exactly how that meeting is going to go. See, that's why a lot of these companies, they can't afford to have these crazy ass racist people on Facebook talking that nigga this and nigga should die. They can't afford to have you. So the game is changing, and it should change. It should change. Because you got to be very careful not to have some neo-fucking-Nazi working in your spot around food. There was a woman working at a medical place when she got fired last week, and she was on Facebook talking that same nigga shit, nigga this, nigga that, and they fired her. So you got people working in these public places where they're dealing with the public, and you're dealing with people of color, and you kind of put your lives into the hands of these people in a sense, especially if you're going to a medical facility and they have this in the back of their mind, this racial hatred where niggas should die. That's very dangerous. That's a very dangerous environment to be in. And the NAACP is about to get their shakedown on. When the NAACP meet up with Cold Stones, they're gonna go in there. They're gonna be like, "Well, look here, we know that Cold Stones isn't racist. We know that. We want to help you make this go away. Now, we don't want to protest this spot because you have this racist woman working here. You don't need no negative publicity. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna need you to give a donation to a quote unquote inner city project. You can write the check out to us." That's exactly how the meeting is going to go. Cold Stone is going to have to write a motherfucking check. You dig? And that's how the game is right now. Y'all can't keep popping off with that slick racial shit because everybody around you is going to start getting the shrapnel from that. NAACP is about to shake them all the way down. We got a lot of shakedown cats out here, and that's just how the game rolls right now. You know, hey, but I digress, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get into the main story, though. I'm talking about this Cold Stone and the Obama stuff. All that is secondary. All this president stuff, and that's secondary. We got to get to the big story, the top story in the country right now, the most important story. Y'all know what that is? The dude who does the Tickle Me Elmo voice is fucking gay. That's the top story, people. Did y'all hear this story about Kevin? What's his name? Kevin Clash. What's his name? I can't think of his name. I'm going to get his name right now. It's Kevin something. Kevin Clash. That's his name. Nigga. The dude who does the voice of Elmo, this nigga got caught up in a scandal. Let me read from TMZ. Kevin Clash, the man who voices Elmo, had an email exchange with his accuser. A dude accused Kevin Clash, the voice of Tickle Me Elmo, of having a sexual relationship with him when the guy was underage. The guy said he was 16, but the Kevin Clash guy, the Elmo voice, he admitted to having a relationship with the guy, but he said he did it when the guy was of age. The guy was 18. Now, from what I heard earlier today, that the accuser has recanted his story. This is what I heard. So sounds like PBS wrote that nigga a check. You dig? So that nigga somewhere buying some skinny jeans right now at the mall, getting his little Sesame Street money. But goddamn, ain't that incredible? Now, when you see the Elmo, I've seen Kevin Clash do interviews. He seems like a good brother, but you can, you know, he was married and he has like a daughter and the whole nine, but a lot of folks, y'all kind of knew something was going on with that brother. You can kind of look at certain mannerisms and all that. You knew something was going on with that brother. And shout out to Kevin, man. I hope you get over the scandal because, you know, that nigga is making buku dollars with the Elmo thing. And there's different articles, and I don't want nobody to slander our brother, man, because, you know, people try to extort you, and if you're gay, live your lifestyle, man. Nobody should try to hustle you and extort you and scandalize you. That's your money. I don't want to see any brother get scandalized. That is our brother. I will say that. But the thing is, what about Elmo? You know, people are talking about Kevin, they talking about PBS, they're talking about Sesame Street, but nobody is really talking to Elmo. But we are going to talk to Elmo today, ladies and gentlemen. I have an exclusive, the first interview with Elmo since this scandal has broken, ladies and gentlemen. You dig? So we got Elmo calling up on the phone right now. What's up, Elmo? How you doing, buddy?
Hi.
Oh, man, what's wrong, Elmo?
Elmo's sad.
Why are you sad, Elmo?
Well, Kevin and I are in trouble. And I don't know what we did wrong.
Well, you're not in trouble, Elmo. It's just that Kevin got caught up in a little scandal. But you're not in trouble, Elmo, so you don't sound like that.
Scandal? What scandal?
Well, they said that Kevin had inappropriate relations with an underage boy.
Well, we always have relationships with kids. I'm Elmo.
No, well, this was really a gay relationship, and that's why Kevin got into a little trouble.
Gay?
Yeah, gay. Do you know what gay is, Elmo? Do you know that?
Yeah. Elmo is happy and gay.
No, it's not that type of gay, Elmo.
What do you mean?
Well, gay is like when two people are in a sexual relationship. You know, it's kind of like a man and a woman, but it becomes sexual, and you understand sex between men and women, right? Do you know a little bit about that, Elmo?
Yeah. Sex education.
Good, okay.
When a man takes his pee-pee part and he puts it in a woman's vagina.
Very good, Elmo. Very good. Yes, indeed. So it's kind of like that, but this time it's with two guys who are in a relationship that's sexual. You understand?
I'm confused.
Okay.
So, does a man have a vagina?
No, Elmo, a man doesn't have a vagina. It doesn't work like that. That's not what it is.
So where does the other man put his pee-pee part?
Well, he puts it in the other man's anus.
You mean the booty?
Yeah, well, technically, Elmo, it's called anal sex. So, basically, in the booty, anal sex.
Ew! What kind of shit is that?
Whoa, hold on, Elmo, calm down, dude. Watch your language, Elmo. You gotta slow it down a little
So
bit.
you're trying to tell me that Kevin is a butt pirate?
That's not cool,
A
Elmo.
booty bandit?
That's not nice,
Ew!
Elmo. You can't. That's Elmo. You're an icon in the child community.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Calm down.
Kevin is a cock smuggler?
That's inappropriate, Elmo. Elmo, that's inappropriate. You have to show tolerance. You have to be inclusive. You can't use language like that, Elmo. Come on now.
I've been rolling with him for all these years, and that nigga is on the down low?
Elmo,
Ew!
calm down, dude. You gotta chill out,
I'm
Elmo.
my lawyer.
Elmo.
I'm my agent. You got Elmo fucked up.
Okay, this nigga's turned up right now. That Elmo, y'all. All right. That's Elmo. All right, that's Elmo. Let me put my Mack and music back on so I can spit some of this hot fire. Y'all ready? All right, let me get my Mack and music on. So we gonna let me give you this work. You gonna get this work. Okay, now on today's show, again, a few little slanderous articles have come out, blogs have come out about me lately. And it's very coincidental that it would always come out right before Hidden Colors comes to the movie theaters and all that. So a lot of slanderous stuff. And I'm just going to address this one blog because it has a lot to do with game. And I want to get into that right now. Now, there's a website. This girl does a blog. Her name is, what's her name? Butter Jones. Butter Jones. It's a girl named Butter Jones. She calls herself a female Mac. She has a website called peepgame.net, and she did a blog about me. She got my picture up there and the whole shit, talking about, are you following a pimp right down to the path of relationship disaster? Ladies, no man is going to give you the game. No man who knows and understands the dating game from the perspective of a player will reveal the game to you. The game would be to reveal his game, and that's something that a player would never do. So you might luck up on a kibble and bit right there, but a smart man will feed you just enough to keep you coming back to his books and his blog, blah, blah, blah. So I haven't run across a man yet who wanted a woman to know more game than him. In fact, a friend of mine that I knew for 10 plus years shocked me when he shot me some backwards ism, some backwards game to me one day when I asked him a question about a dating situation. Instead of advising me like a friend, he put his pimp hat on and fed me some script that would benefit him. He basically tried to get with me. Now let me pause right there. Now, this woman basically said some dude that she was quote-unquote friends with for 10 plus years all of a sudden tried to holler at her. Well, goddamn it, if you were listening to me and getting the game that I teach women, I've been telling women for years, you ain't got no male friends. The male friend that you have is going to try to holler at you if he can, especially if you're attractive. A lot of niggas just don't know how to get their foot in the door. Some dudes will be on that friendship for 5-6 years, secretly waiting to hit it. So basically what she just said confirms the game that I've been given. And her blog goes on, and she has a video of me at the end of the blog. It's like, you want to know what inspired this post? Peep game on Tariq Nasheed, relationship expert, play be played. Tariq demonstrates how to check a disrespectful woman. Is this the guy you want advice from? And she shows a video of me on YouTube going ham on somebody. You know, there's a lot of videos of me on YouTube floating around the net, wherever, from my Mack Lessons Radio show that people try to use to try to discredit me or try to say that I'm hard on women or I'm rough on women or I bash women, which I do not. I'm harder on the dudes. If you listen every week, I'm hell on some of these dudes, especially some of these guys who call up with the bullshit. I'm hard on these dudes. I'm hard on everybody. I give real, true to the game, hard body relationship advice without all that old sucker ass brown nosing bullshit. I'm gonna give it to you straight. So let's not get that game twisted. But the basic premise of what this woman is saying, and I'm gonna play a clip of her, by the way. an unrelated clip. She does a clip where she's giving some relationship advice, and I want to touch on what she's saying. I want to break down some of the things she's saying. But the thing is, I had this conversation with some producers last week. Well, not last week, yesterday, I think early yesterday. She said that a woman cannot get advice from a man. That's the whole gist of her post. To that, I say it's complete bullshit. As a matter of fact, the opposite is true. The exact opposite of that is true. A woman can't really get no real good game from another woman. I'm going to say that again, and I want you ladies to listen up, and I want all you, many of you female relationship advice people, I'll say that to you, I'll say it in your face. A lot of women cannot get that good of relationship advice and real good game from another woman, and I'm going to break down why. See, the thing is, this female Mac, and there's no such thing as a female Mac, by the way, because the thing is, to be a Mac, you got to use your words. And for a woman, your words are not your bargaining chip. The only thing that's your bargaining chip is the prospect of sexual gratification. You have to dangle the carrot of sex over a guy to quote unquote Mac him or to control him. You control a dude really sexually. That's how you can control a dude, unless it's a nigga who just ain't got shit popping. He's just raggedy as hell and he needs a place to stay or something like that. But what makes you control a man is the prospect or possibility of sex. Or if you got the man coochie whipped or something like that, or you got a dude who don't know his value, he don't know that he can get sex elsewhere. But it's the sex that keeps the guy in line, not your mouthpiece. The macking is all about the mouthpiece, baby. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not blur the lines here. So when you're using sex to dangle over a dude's head, that's in the realm of hoeing and possibly hustling. So it ain't macking. That's why all that, I'm a female Mac, it's not the same. Because you can sit up and talk a nigga's ear off, but if you ain't dropping them draws, eventually he's just going to slide you to the curb. But a dude with a crisp mouthpiece, he can keep his woman in line really without even touching them sexually. It ain't even about sex. He can get into their minds with that mouthpiece. So really understand that part of the game. Hate me, hate the messenger. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you how the game is. And like I said, you can't get game, real good game, from a lot of women, because usually a lot of these women who give relationship advice are usually women who've been abused. They're on that Iyanla thing. They've been abused, been divorced, been on crack, you know what I'm saying, teen pregnancy, and they've gotten beat up by life, and they've learned some life lessons now that they've gotten beaten up, and now they're spiritual advisors or something like that. It's that Iyanla Van Zandt thing, and I don't say that to disparage my sister Iyanla. But the thing is, these women bring baggage from going through all of that bullshit to the game. And see, for a woman to learn game on their own, you have to do it through trial and error. You got to get ran through about 5 or 6 good times through dudes. I mean, really ran through, dogged out, kicked to the curb. And by the time you learn from that, you got baggage on top of it. So you're not in a position to really give somebody some real good practical advice, because all you're going to do is mix in your baggage and your resentment in with that. Your game is going to be based on resentment, and then what you're going to do, you're going to be on some, we got to get over on these dudes. We got to get them before they get us. And then you start teaching other women, especially some of you mothers out here who've been ran through, you start teaching your daughter how to get over on niggas. And that game right there is going to keep you single. That get over shit. Let me get him before he get me. Bringing that raggedy ass game into the dating arena is going to get you sent right back to the curb. And let me break it down even deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. See, there's 2 real basic reasons why you just really can't learn the game from women. There's 2 types of women who are going to try to give you relationship advice. And one I just mentioned, the old relationship war vet. That's number one. The women with all that baggage, that's the first type of woman who's going to try to give you advice. And again, she's going to mix her baggage in with the game. And the second woman who's going to try to give you advice, or who you can try to learn game from, but it won't work, is a woman who's young and in the game with you. You're equal. You're not going to get all the game from a woman like that. Because a woman who's young and who's out here in the dating arena, and if she's successful in the dating arena, she knows how to get the ballers. She knows how to get the athletes. She knows how to get the rappers and R&B singers. She knows how to get the big money. She knows how to get all the big fly dinner dates. She knows how to get dudes to pay her bills. At the end of the day, do you think that woman is going to teach your ass anything about what she knows? She might give you a little piece of game here and there. She ain't about to make you her competition. Get that shit out your head. Other women do not create competition for themselves, period. It's tough love game today, ladies. This is how it is. A woman ain't about to let you know where she's getting her big time money dudes at. She ain't about to let you know where she's getting these dudes to trick off light bills and car notes. She ain't about to put you up on that, especially if you fly or look halfway decent like her. Now, sometimes some of these women might have a little partner in crime, but they still keep these women at arm's length. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a couple of clips from this young lady. And I want y'all to listen close. Now, she has some music going on in the back. And again, I'm not going to roast this girl. She's very easy to roast. Her little blog that she did, it was kind of disparaging. She threw shots, but she's too easy. Sometimes, I'm not going to roast motherfuckers who's just too easy to roast. And I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to be a role model here. I don't want to be bashing on motherfuckers every week. But let me play some clips of this young lady giving her relationship advice. And I want y'all to listen to this. Now, excuse the music. She got some music going on in the back. Y'all have to excuse that. Now, I'm going to be pausing in between this, but just listen to what her game is about. Here it is. Her name is Butter Jones.
Hello out there. This is Butterfly Jones, and welcome to episode 1 of Confessions of a Female Mack. Yes, I said it, a female Mack. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, why in the world is this chick calling herself a female?
And by the way, she looks like she sounds. If you guys are wondering, I know y'all like, oh, let me see what she looks like. She looks like she sounds, so don't trip. And it is what it is.
Mack, is she that good? Does she have that many men? Does she have that much game? Well, the reason why I'm calling myself a female Mack is because I understand game. And game is what certain men I'll call players, use to manipulate women and to get the things that they want from a woman, and they have no intention of being with that woman.
Okay, let me say this. For women, I need my Mac in music while I'm talking, by the way. For women who call themselves female Macs and all this, if you're going to say that, anybody who's going to call themselves something or put a title on something, where are your credentials? See, my thing is, I have credentials. I got 5 best-selling books. I do sold-out lectures. I do lectures at Ivy League schools. I mean, people, magazines, critics. My game has been tried and proven for the last 12, 13 years. My credentials are there. And plus the way I live. All the females that I deal with are fly. So when I say I got the game to get the females or a fly female, I can do that, and I can show you what I'm rolling with. I hate motherfuckers who say they give relationship advice, and you don't see them with no broads. You don't see them with no breezies. If this female is a so-called female Mac, the first thing you ask her, where's your dude? Where's your dude? If you're a female Mac and you got this game, where is your dude? I got my lady right here. Who's fly? Where is your dude? Where are your trophies? Where is this money you getting from these dudes? Show your trophies. If you got all this game, why you in a damn studio apartment? You understand what I'm saying? So you got to show your credentials if you're going to talk about how Mackish you are as a woman or anybody. You understand what I'm saying? But let me play the clip.
Some men are playing women for money. Some men are just playing women for sex. And some men are playing women just for kicks, just because this is funny to them. So I'm doing this series of videos because I want to show women how they can actually peep game. You know, and when you peep game, that means that you spot it. You spot the player before he's able to get inside of your soul, get inside your mind, before he starts, you know, spinning your head around and have you, you know, turning tricks. You know, that's basically what peeping game is about.
Okay, let me pause it right there and address that. So her thing, she wants to show you how to peep game, peep out a player before he gets you turning tricks or doing whatever the fuck. She was kind of rambling. Half the shit, I don't understand what this broad is saying. I know it's difficult, but we're going to fight through this. That's another thing. A lot of people don't know what a player is. And ladies, that's a big mistake. A lot of you ladies think that a player is the dude with the real slick mouthpiece. He's a dude in the flashy suits. He's a dude with the jewels in the flashy car. You think that's the player, the dude with a whole bunch of women around him. That's what you think a player is. And you're looking out for that because you say, I'm going to avoid dudes like that. I'm going to avoid dudes like that. Ladies, you have to understand the game evolves, and now you have a lot of hybrid players out here. The players have taken different forms. So a lot of these dudes know how to disguise the fact that they're players. So you really have to look at the actions of dudes, not just the outer appearance. The outer appearance, that's very important, but you also have to really look at the actions and the consistency of the actions of these guys. Because you got geek players out here. You got dudes out here, women will be like, you know what? I don't want a player. I'm going to get me a nice little cool nerdy dude. So you meet some nigga who works at the Apple store fixing iPads or something. You like, oh yeah, I'm a Mac to this dude. I'm gonna holler at him. He seems like a little nerd. I can control him. I can possibly get him to pay a bill or two. I can get a little hairdo money up out this little nerdy dude. And what happens is that nerd with the glasses and the little bow tie and the high water pants looking like Steve Urkel, you hook up with this nigga. He spits something at your ass and ends up blowing your fucking back out, knocking the brakes off your pussy, and then not calling you again. And then you're like, damn, what happened? Steven Urkel just bounced on a bitch. Then he turned into Stefan Urkel. He done flipped into a whole new identity. And then the player has come out, and now you see that he was really on some player shit. A lot of players nowadays know how to disguise the fact that they're players. I'm going to have to do a whole complete show about that, by the way. So this just shows how outdated this girl's game is. She don't understand the game and how the game evolves. This woman's game is really on some 90s shit. You dig? She's talking that same 90s shit that a lot of women were talking, and a lot of women get caught up in those time warps. But let this woman keep talking.
Okay? And then being a Mac is taking it to that next level and being able to flip the game that someone might be bringing to you for your own advantages. This is not about being dependent on a man for money. It's not about gold digging. It's not about any of that. So I want you all to understand that this series of videos is simply education. It's also entertainment, I hope, but it's mostly education. And I hope that you take something that I'm saying away with you and you pass the information along so that you can help yourself and you can help other women. Okay? So let's get to lesson number 1. Now, lesson number 1 is called First Date Rules. Now, I have to give credit to my mother on First Date Rules because she really set it off for me. You know, when I first started dating at 16, she told me, first and foremost, if a man is coming to take you out and it's really after 7 p.m. at night, he really doesn't have any intentions with you other than a sexual thing. And I used to question that, like, well, you know, what if he had to work late? What if this or that is going on? But the truth of it, ladies, is that many restaurants of quality are not open 24 hours, you know? So if a man is coming to you talking about, well, I'm going to scoop you up at 10:30, he's more than likely, you know, not intending to take you anywhere of quality.
Okay, I really got to pause this. Did y'all hear what she said? She basically said her mama, great dating advice, by the way, from your mama telling you that bullshit, that you shouldn't go out a dude shouldn't pick you up after 7. How old is your mama? Your mama's giving you some old Great Depression game. That's some shit that you did in the 1930s. You had to hook up with somebody before 6 o'clock because you were living in a sundown town. The Klan would kill you. What kind of old fucking game is that? Who hooks up before 7 o'clock? You see, ladies, you see what I'm saying? Why you can't really get no real deep game from no other women? They start talking silly shit. Talking about you can't go out. A dude wants to go out after 7. He's up to something. He wants sex. Look, if a nigga wants sex at 7, he wants sex at 3 p.m. He wants sex at 3. If a nigga wants sex at 10, he wants sex all day. It doesn't matter. And the thing is, this woman said quality restaurants are not open 24 hours a day. Again, this shows the level of game she doesn't have. Most high quality restaurants don't even open until 6. Right? Call places like Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills, Crustaceans, Nobu. Places like that don't even open till 6 or 7. Or probably the earliest 5. But a lot of these places don't even open till nighttime. The high quality places. So this woman don't even know what a high quality restaurant is. So let me play more of this young lady's clip. Because this is it's real interesting.
He's probably going to take you somewhere like IHOP, and right after IHOP, he wants to hop in the bed with you at the nearest motel. So that was one thing that I was taught, and it definitely is something I've learned to stick to.
And another thing, if a dude's trying to hook up with you all in the daytime or whatever, usually that's a nigga who ain't got nothing popping anyway. If you got all that time in the daytime, you're supposed to be handling business, hustling, do whatever you need to do in the daytime, handling business. So if a nigga is trying to hook up in the daytime, that's not flying. If your ass is available to hook up in the daytime, as a woman, you ain't got shit popping. You dig?
Is that you need to have a cutoff time for when you leave for a day. Now, 7 p.m. is a good time. I would say even go as far as 8 p.m. You know, but
Now, my thing is this. Now, I can understand if a person is trying to call you at like 2 o'clock in the morning on some booty call shit, you don't want to be down with that. But again, going on dates at 7, 8, that's normal. 10, that's normal. Even 11, that's normal. And another thing she touched on is going to a place of quality, a restaurant of quality. Look, right now, where we are in this economy, all that splurging on first dates on people you don't know, that shit is to the curb right now. Right now, cats are really trying to get to know who you are before we start dishing out money and going to these expensive spots. We want to know what's rocking with you right now. And 2 things. Again, this woman is dating like a 90s hood rat. Y'all know back in the 90s, hood rats, you take them somewhere nice. Their whole thing, they took pride in being, when somebody taking them to like Red Lobster or some shit that they considered nice. That was like a badge of honor. And the thing is, women now, if you're dating a dude or you're trying to get, even if you're trying to get money, let's say you're trying to get a dude with some money, or you're just trying to get into a relationship. If you're trying to get into a relationship with a guy, a woman who has her shit together, which is what you need to do, you need to have your shit together anyway if you're trying to get into a regular relationship with a dude. A woman who has her shit together ain't gonna really be too impressed about a nigga taking her to some expensive spot, because usually you can take yourself to a spot like that if you wish. So really, if you got your shit together, you looking for a guy who has good character, so you don't mind a quaint spot, an IHOP. You don't mind that if you're just really trying to get to know the guy. There's nothing wrong with IHOP. Ain't shit wrong with IHOP. You fuck with me, you get Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Nowadays, you fuck with me, you get a hot dog stand. I don't even go that far. I ain't going none of that shit until I get to know you. We're going to sit down and eat these chili dogs so I can talk to you and see what's popping. But the thing is, like I said, a woman who wants to get to know a dude, the environment really doesn't matter as long as it's not a dangerous environment, but it can be a quaint, quiet environment. It could be a Starbucks or whatever. You want to get to know the guy. It's the interaction with you and the guy. If you're a real woman who has her shit together, who really genuinely wants to get at a dude who has good character, or find a dude who has good character. If you're just a hood rat trying to come up on a good meal so you can feel good about yourself, that shit is played the fuck out. I advise my dudes, don't trick off your money on all these old expensive spots until you get to know somebody. Now, even if you are a woman who's on that money shit, you trying to come up, you don't even know that part of the game, butter. Even if you are a woman trying to get you some money out of a baller, you ain't supposed to be on that, can you take me to an expensive restaurant shit. Ballers are used to that hood rat shit. A real woman who's about her paper will go and say, hey, look, let me take you to a nice spot, because she knows that's going to diffuse him. That's game right there. See, that's why I say a lot of women can't give other women game, because women who know that part of the game ain't going to give it to you, because they don't want to create competition. A man such as myself, I can give you the game, because women, I'm not in competition with you. So I would love to see you shine, because I don't want shit from you. We can have fun, you understand, but I don't want shit from you. A real true to the game, thorough dude don't want shit from you. That's what makes him thorough, because you don't have anything that he wants. He can accept certain things from you, but he ain't tripping on you, because he has enough game to go ahead and move and shake and get what he wants from whoever, wherever, whenever. You understand what I'm saying? So again, as a man, I'm not trying to run game on you, so I'm going to give you all the game you need to know so you can step your game up and be as fly as you can be as a woman, because you can't be me. You can't play my role. See, that's the thing with a lot of these women with that hood rat mentality. You try to step into the man's role and you think the man want to step into your role. Fuck all that. I'm the man in this shit, and I want to rise you up to be the flyest woman you can be. And that's with any women I deal with. Even fans or listeners or anybody, I want to see you shine. I have no problem seeing you shine. But again, when you get advice from women who have this relationship war vet mentality, they've had their asses kicked in life. Everything in their mind is about getting over, paying motherfuckers back for getting over on them. But let me play more of the clip of the young lady. Let me play more of this clip so y'all can understand what this woman is saying.
With you, okay? So that's number 2. And number 3 is, again, not letting these men into your home, date one, for any reason. Why does he need to see your house that fast anyway? If a man is asking you for a tour of your house, he's either, in my opinion, trying to rob you, coming back, to take your stuff later on, so he's casing the joint, or he's trying to see if he can work his way into the bedroom.
Okay, now there we go. So that's the last part I'm going to play of her. So the last thing she said, if a dude wants to tour your house, he might be trying to rob you. That's hood rat shit. You have hood rat problems. That's hood rat shit. Do you understand that? A woman who has her shit together ain't really tripping on a nigga she's trying to date coming back and robbing her. See, a lot of women like this, 60% of their problems can be solved if they move the fuck out the hood. Because the thing is, when you're in the hood, you're surrounded by a dusty dating pool. It's just nothing but dusty niggas, so dusty nigga shit is going to happen. So you're getting women who think they want to get relationship advice from this. You're getting relationship advice from somebody who has a different economic system than you have. They're in a different economic situation. Not just economic, but a different cultural situation than you're in. Because a woman living in the suburbs, not even the suburbs, but a nice spot, you won't even bring that type of nigga in your environment where you got to fear that he's going to rob you. That's hood rat shit. You understand what I'm saying? You got to get your shit together as a woman. Get your ass out the hood. Get your shit together. That's going to alleviate a lot of problems that you already have in the dating game. You won't worry about no dusty niggas. See, a lot of these women are dusty nigga magnets, and they cannot give you the game you need to shine. But again, stop women out there who do get advice from women who really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Really understand the game. Hopefully, if you can't get my stuff at your disposal, find you somebody, a brother, a relative, a cousin, your dad's a dude. Usually, in a lot of cases, women, if your dad ain't no big ass trick, your dad can lace you with game. Like I have a beautiful daughter and I lace her with game all the time. I know a lot of young ladies are not fortunate enough to have that. Sometimes if they got a brother, he's a little trick his damn self, so he ain't giving you no real good game. So it's very important to find somebody, a strong male figure who can really lace that game without him trying to get his foot in the door. You understand that? That's a very difficult thing to do, but that's the service that I provide because I do want women to shine. I'm not in competition with you. I'm not going to give you some old played out, outdated advice that's not even practical for today. You dig what I'm saying? And shout out to the butter chick. Again, I didn't roast her. I didn't go in hard body on her, which I could have. Now, don't push me, motherfuckers out there now. Don't get to talking slick and then take it to another level. Then I'm going to have to light that ass right on up. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. That's been today's episode of the Mack Lessons Radio Show. I'm Tariq Elite. Hidden Colors 2, coming soon. Hey, my pay-per-view special, people love it. Economic Plantation, you can get that still at MackLessons.com. Economic Plantation, MackLessons.com. Get the pay-per-view special today, ladies and gentlemen. And get the Hidden Colors DVD at HiddenColorsFilm.com. I'm out of here. Peace. 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 Peace.